What is going on, everyone? Is Rebecca again with another video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking MLB The Show 18, the soundtrack. As you guys can see, we have the 16 and 17 standings already up on the board. So we get the 18 songs. There's a lot of songs in this one. There's a lot of good ones as well. I really like this 18 soundtrack. A lot of my favorites in here. You can also see we're in the old setup. We're back home, baby. So you can see the setup behind me and all that stuff. I try to fix the lighting over here, so let me know how it is. I think it's pretty good, but just let me know. Should be solid. But let's just get right into today's video. The first song we have is Champion. Obviously, you're going to hear all these songs in the background of the video when we're going to be talking about them. So Champion is the first song up. Now, this is the classic. This was the trailer song. Pretty good song overall. I'm probably going to put this one in between Watch You Walk up here. Because I think it's definitely a good song. We got Watch You Walk and Sleep With The Lights On right here. So definitely gonna put that in a solid A tier. It's one of my favorite songs that they've introduced into the game, and it's definitely a good, especially with the trailer. When you watch the trailer, it really hits. I'm not gonna lie. But definitely have to put that in a solid A tier for me. One of the better songs that we have in 18. Right, so the next song we have is Midnight Train to Memphis. Now this is a classic song. You want some good old country music in your MLB The Show games, this one is a classic. Definitely a solid S tier for me. It's probably gonna go right before Fell in the Sun and then the Run the Jewel song right here. Pretty solid overall. One of my favorite ones. Classic song, got a great beat. It's got a good, bass to it. Really good song overall, in my opinion. So Midnight Train to Memphis is definitely in the solid S tier for me. We don't have a lot of songs in the S tier, so I'm trying to keep some of the better ones up here when we go through this list. And the next song is I Got Music, another really good song they added into the game. Pretty good song overall. I mean, it's definitely, an interesting, song. It's got some weird parts, it's got some interesting parts for me. I definitely gonna probably, it's not one of my favorite songs, but it's not a horrible song. So I think I'm gonna put it at the back of the B tier. It's kind of average, not really the best song, not really the greatest song, but we're gonna put it in a solid B tier right there. So the next song we have is the Safari song. Now, really good song by Grand Fleet, obviously a classic song. I'm a really big fan of these classic songs. I think they're just, I don't know, they just have an old school feeling to them that I love. Same with the country songs, they just have a feeling to them that I love. So for me, this is definitely up there on the list. I think this is also an S tier song, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's gonna go in the back of the S tier. I think Bully Boys is still a little bit better than this song, so we're gonna put it in the back of the S tier. Really good song with like that old classic style. They're definitely up there. Grand Fleet's a really good group in general. Remind me a lot of like Led Zeppelin's music, which is also really good. So definitely for the show and all that stuff, we're gonna put it in a solid S tier right there. The next song is Under the Spell of City Lights. Now this is a classic. I pretty much know the whole words to this song. It's a really catchy song. I think that's pretty good in general. I'm gonna put it in front of I Got Music. I think it's a little bit better than that one in general. And it's not a horrible song. If it comes on, you're definitely gonna rock to this in a little bit. So definitely gonna put it in a solid B tier for right now. It's got its parts, it's got its moments. I don't think it's one of the best ones in the game. I don't think it's also one of the worst ones in the game. So we're gonna keep it at a solid B tier right now. The next song we have is Tension. Now this is a really interesting song. I feel like a lot of people are gonna love this song, or a lot of people are gonna hate this song, in my opinion. I personally like it a lot, but I know it's like one of those like gimmicky songs. It's like a pretty weird one that most people aren't prepared for, I don't think. So I definitely think it's gonna go in an A tier for me. I like it. Definitely at the back of that A tier though, because I don't think it's the best one ever. But it's definitely a solid song for sure. But I just know a lot of people are not gonna like it, or a lot of people are gonna like it. So definitely a solid A tier for me. It's what, if you haven't listened to it, you should go listen to it. It's actually not a bad song in my opinion, but I've heard other people's opinions on it and they don't like it at all. So definitely an interesting song for sure, and they definitely try to change it up with the way they try to rap in that game. So pretty good song overall. And the next song is What If I Go. Now this is another really good one. I like this one a lot. I think it's catchy. It's got some good lines into it, and the music video is actually pretty good for this one. So we're definitely gonna take that into a factor because they actually have a music video. So pretty good song. I think for me, it's gonna go right here in the B tier, just because I think these two songs are a little bit better than like these two songs. I mean, Hands is obviously a good song, but I think it's a little bit better than that one, especially. And then I forgot the name of this song, but from 16. But I think it's like I Got Love or I Feel Love or something. So you're gonna go in front of that one for sure for me. It's definitely a good song and I like it a lot. So yeah, definitely gonna go a solid B tier. It's not, it's just a catchy song. I think you can sing the whole words to as well, which is one of my favorite parts. So definitely a solid B tier. And next on the list we got Destiny by NF. Now this is a classic song, really good song by NF. I actually like him a lot as an artist. I think he's pretty solid across all of his songs, and he talks about mental health a lot. So shout out to NF for that one. But Destiny for me is gonna go at the top of my A tier. I think it's better than Classics, man. and it's definitely better than Sleep with the Lights On. So for me, it's a solid A tier. I still listen to the song now, even if it's not with the show playlist on its own. It's still a very good song. And NF just has like a different style of music to him that I don't think a lot of people have in general, because he can go like really slow, which is kind of that song, to like super fast, which is you can see in some of his other songs, which are personally some of my favorites. But yeah, NF's a pretty good artist in general. Destiny is one of his hits, I think. So definitely have to give it a solid A tier for that one. Now, the next song we have is Loaded Bases. Now, this is a very good song, especially for MLB The Show. When it came out in 2018, and it is definitely an S tier song for me, one of the better ones in the game. I think it's got to go in front of the Boldly Boys for me. Really solid song overall. Definitely talks about a lot of baseball and just a good rap in general. So really good song. I think gonna have to go in that S tier, and this S tier is getting pretty exclusive up here. Some of the songs that we had a lot of different styles in here as well, with the music that are out in all these tiers, with the country, with some rap songs as well, with some old classic. So yeah, it's definitely an interesting list that we have here so far. Right, so the next song we have is Signs. Now, Signs is a pretty decent song, I think, in my opinion. It's not one of the songs I really like play often, to be honest. So for me, it's gonna have to go in a C tier for me. So I definitely put it like probably behind PTP. I think I remember that song a little bit better than I do Signs, to be honest. So definitely go in a solid C tier. Not a horrible song, but it's just not one I remember, to be honest. It's not one I catch myself playing a lot either. So just yeah, not the best one. I still know most of the words, but I have to put it in a C tier for now. The next song is The Evil Has Landed. Now this one's got a really good bass to it, really good instrumentals across the board, and beat as well in this song. And this is definitely why it's definitely gonna be up here on my list for sure. I'd probably give this one a solid B tier, I think. I think I'd go in front of Hieroglyphics, to be honest. I think just the beat in general is just really solid, and it kind of carries the song. The vocals I don't think are the best, but definitely carries a song in that aspect, and it makes it pretty good. So shout out to the electric guitar, all the instruments they use, really solid beat. I just don't think the vocals are up to par like the other songs we have on the list, but definitely a solid song. So I'll definitely gladly put it in that B tier. So next one we have is Truckfighters. Now this song I did not remember at all, to be honest. And it's not a terrible song. It's just not rememberable, and it just doesn't remind me of anything. It's an okay song, but besides for that, it's not the best, I think, in my opinion. So I think for those reasons, I'm probably gonna have to put this one in a D tier. So I'll be all the way at 1,000. I think it's gonna go at the front of a D tier because I do like the bass in this song, to be honest. But I just don't. This is a forgettable song, forgettable song for me, especially. So definitely gonna have to go in that D tier. And the next song we have on our list is Colors. Now this is a good song. It's got a really good beat to this one as well. It's just a classic. I mean, this one I remember playing this in the car a ton of times with some good friends. Definitely a solid song for me. I think it's gonna have to go in this A tier though. I don't think it's an S tier song. Not really at all. I think for me, it's gonna go probably in front of Champion, I'd have to say. Colors is a pretty good one in general. So in front of Champion for sure on my list. And it's just a good song. I think it definitely reminds me of a couple moments that we had with this one. So that's why it's going to go in front of that A tier for me. Alright, so next one we have is The Road Is Ruff. Now this one I didn't even remember was in 18, to be honest. And I still don't remember it. It's not my favorite song at all. I think this one is also going to go in the D tier. It's just not a good song, in my opinion. I think it's going to go behind I Got a Woman, because I Got a Woman's actually got, it's got a decent beat to it. I'll take that. But this one I'm just not rocking with at all. Not one of my favorites at all. So definitely a D tier for me. I mean, if you want to listen to it, go ahead, but it's just not the best song. Now, High Times is the next song. Now, this one doesn't really have any vocals. It's just like a beat song. So for me, I mean, I can't really rank it too high just because it doesn't have a lot of the beats in it. It's got a decent beat. It changes up a little times. I think it's going to have to go in front of Spoon. I'm just not a big fan of it. It wasn't really memorable either. So for me, it's going to have to go in the D tier. The next one we have is Come On. Now this one's a really good one. I like this song. Definitely a catchy one for sure. So for me, it's probably going to have to go in that B tier. It's really solid. I'm just kind of debating on where I'm going to put this one, because it's a solid song. It's definitely memorable. I think probably going to go in front of The Evil Has Landed for me. Just because Shotgun, I think, Hands, and these songs over here are just kind of more memorable than this one kind of is. So we're definitely gonna put that one in a solid B tier. Really good song. I like that one a lot from 18. So the next song we have is Style Boys. Now this is actually a pretty good rap song in general. So I like this one a lot. For me, I think it's gonna go somewhere in this B tier as well. I think there's a lot of good B tier songs that we have. in MLB The Show. For me, I think it's gonna go in front of Hieroglyphics, kind of on this on the kind of downside here. I don't think it's like a top tier B song, but definitely a solid rap song in general when it comes to 18. Alright, so the next song we have is Little Silver Cross. Now this is a pretty good one as well. I think for this one, definitely have to go into the B tier as well. I know there's a lot of these last songs in the B tier. They are really good, and they're not bad songs at all. I think for me, it's definitely on the higher side of the B tier. It's gonna go in front of these three songs right here, because it's definitely a memorable one for me. It's got a good beat as well, and I like this one a lot. So this is gonna be the 16, 17, and 18 song tier list. What do you guys think so far? We definitely got some bangers in this S tier. We added 3 new songs in the S tier. And MLB The Show 18 right there that was added. So a lot of good ones. The D and C tier are kind of remaining. I'd say the D tier is some of the songs I will not listen to. I think the C tier is becoming some of the okay songs for me for sure. But this B tier is pretty stacked with a lot of good songs. We might have to make like 2 B tiers low key. The upside B tier, maybe like the downside B tier or something in the future. Because I know 19 and definitely 20 and 22 that we have a lot of songs in those games as well. So we might have to split this B tier up a little bit heading forward. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about this. What do you guys think about the songs in MLB The Show 18? There's some pretty good ones as well. In this one, you know, with colors and loaded bases and all those solid songs as well. But what do you guys think in this one? I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone.